Helen Wiley. I'm the Director of the Royal College of Nursing in Wales, and it's really lovely to see that we're hosting RCN Congress for the first time in Wales. I'm very excited, and with Congress coming here to the country that I practice in, it's made me reflect on my experiences of Congress, and actually Congress is responsible for why I got involved in the Royal College of Nursing. So a few years ago, of course not many because I'm only 39, as a second year undergraduate at Swansea University, one of the student committee was a third year, and they asked our cohort if anybody wanted to go to Congress, which was 1994, and it was being held in Harrogate. So when I got the opportunity by the third year who said, anybody want to go to Congress, I had to talk to the university because it was during, I think it was a theory block we were experiencing, and I had to go and see the head of school, which was always a bit scary because she was one hell of a head of school. She actually went on to be the first nurse in our Welsh government as a Labour member, so you can tell what a feisty lady she was. And I had to make an appointment to go and see her, and I really had an interview about, well, what's the learning going to be from this experience then, student nurse Wiley, and why do you think I should let you go, and can you write 5,000 words on learning from Congress? All of which, of course, I said yes, I can, thinking, well, at least I've got a long train ride and I don't know what I'll be doing in the evenings. And after I went back to see her. That was part of the stipulation. You'd have to come back and tell me what you learned. And she was really supportive actually from that point on. But it made me realise that sometimes you've got to really stand up for the things that you know are important. And from that as well, I kind of put together a bit of a framework for other students to go to Congress as well, so that if anybody did want to follow in my footsteps, which a few did, the following, after I'd finished on the student committee, we had another Wales member from Swansea who also went to Congress. So it was really important to kind of advocate for what I was going to learn, what I thought I was going to learn, I didn't actually know before I went, and to just keep my position firm that going to Congress and being involved in a professional trade union as a student was going to have value to my studies, and it certainly did. Off I went to Harrogate. I'd never been. I hadn't really experienced the RCN at all. I was a member, but other than the third year who was active on the committee, I didn't really know much about what the RCN did for students. So I thought, well, I better take some books with me because I'm likely to be a bit bored in the evenings, and I had an essay coming up as well. So I thought, right, I'll take some books and do the reading that I need to do for that. And, off I went to Harrogate. It's quite a long way from Swansea, but again, great. Did a bit of reading on the train. Actually thought, a couple of nights away from the kids is going to be quite nice as well. And when I got off the train, you change in Leeds for Harrogate, and I got on the Harrogate train, and I can remember thinking, there's a lot of nurses on this train. That's unusual. I wonder if they're all going to this Congress that I'm going to. And it was a little train, as it kept stopping towards Harrogate, more and more of the conversation was about nursing, and oh my God, were they putting the world to right. There was talk about not enough staff, and sister this or matron that or senior nurse the other, and I was really quite shocked because I hadn't appreciated what an amazing congregation of nurses Congress is. And of course, in those days, we weren't open to healthcare support worker membership. So I got off the train and sort of found my way to the hotel, and I was just bowled over by how many nurses there were. And then the next morning, went into the Congress Hall, and just changed my whole perception of nursing and the influence you can have, and that sort of feeling of this power in having what was 2,000-3,000 people in a room who all felt so passionately about patient care and nursing in all sorts of ways, from all settings, debates, and I was really quite flabbergasted at the impact it had on me. I think I got up to speak I didn't get up to speak the first year I went, because it was quite like, oh gosh, I don't know if I've got the confidence for that. But I did write a letter that got published in the Daily Nursing Standard, I think it was in those days. Because in 1994 was the vote on changing the rules to allow strike action to be considered. So I wrote a letter about what I thought that meant for me in terms of my future as a nurse, and how it liberated my opportunity to advocate for my patients more, because that was an option that the RCN had decided to take. And the impact of Congress was just one that made me think, I'm so getting into this Royal College of Nursing, because they think like me, they're passionate like me, they actually want world domination of nursing like me, and I can't wait to do that. I've always been quite political. My dad was a independent parish councillor, so I've always been interested in politics and political things. So it also helped me see political, both in terms of party politics, but actually in terms of, nursing politics and what policy does to nursing. So from Congress, I applied to be the Wales member on the Association of Nursing Students. We were the ANS in the RCN, which was a nice little algorithm that we used. And so I became active in the college as a second/third year student, and it set me up for a life of activism with the Royal College of Nursing. So thank you, Congress, for shaping my professional career. Thank you for giving me the voice and understanding that I could do that. And thank you for how you continue to help the college think about our agenda, both in terms of our employment relations issues for members, but also our professional issues. And now, what a wonderful opportunity for me to be saying welcome to Wales, Croeso i Gymru. It's taken the RCN far too long to come to the best part of the UK. But now that Congress is here, we're all really excited, and we really want to showcase just what nursing can do in Wales. Let's not forget, first part of the UK to be all graduate back in 2004, first part of Europe to have a Nurse Staffing Levels Act in 2016, and many other amazing initiatives have been designed, delivered and led here in Wales. For a little country, we pack a lot of might, and we also show that if you work together, you can do things really well. And I'm very proud of nursing in Wales and how the profession has been leading the way in terms of innovation and excellent patient care. So whilst you're here at Congress, please do come down to the RCN Wales stand, where you can meet some of our members, some of our staff and our board, and just find out the wonderful things that RCN members are doing. We'll give you a great big Welsh welcome, and we've got a few activities going on the stand as well. And of course, you'd expect me to put in a little shout out for our wellbeing event, one of which will be celebrating the Celtic Nurse of the Year, the winners and the alumni, again showcasing nursing in the Celtic countries. And our other event is an audience with the senior nurses, including the Chief Nursing Officer for Wales. So put those in your diary, make sure that you come down to those two, and really embrace the Welsh culture whilst you're here. Make sure that you have an opportunity to just get a little flavour of Wales. And of course, as any of you that want to stay practising here in Wales, it's a beautiful country to train, work and live. So diolch yn fawr iawn for listening to my little blog, and I can't wait to meet lots of you during RCN Congress.